Hello? Hello? Okay. There we go, boys. What the? Yeah, there you go. Good autopilot there, Milestone. Just crashes on its own, big dog. We out here on a little Jimmy D. Holy shit, this guy still was in Supercross 4? I cannot believe that. Okay. What's up, my dudes? So, wanted to come in here and talk about this. It's going to be a little tricky playing with the full setup on here, bro. Holy shit. I've never really tried to do this before. Oh my god. Alright. Let's rip tear off. Okay, let's go, babies. Okay, so I wanted to get in here and talk about this this season pass thing for Supercross 5. You know, basically the content that you expect to get after launch with Supercross 5. Wanted to come in here and make a video on this. They just posted something on this on the Supercross Games Instagram, so you can go find that on there as well if you want to, but it kind of gave you a little bit of a roadmap of what they're going to come out with on the game after launch, because it showed the, what do they call it? Let me look here on my phone. They call it, it's a special edition of the game that you can get, right? And that's where they kind of show the season pass. So first thing you get with it is credits multiplier. Who gives a shit about that? The next big thing is the Legends Pack Volume 1. So they're going to start doing the Legends Pack DLC again like they did in Supercross 3, I think it was. So apparently this first Legends Pack that they're going to have is going to have... Let me make sure I'm right on this. Let me look at this again. Let me just read this right here. It says, there are 5 legendary riders, including Jeremy McGrath, in a historic track inspired by the Pontiac Silverdome 2002, where you can race back in time. Okay? Then they have a Legends Pack Volume 2 that has Ryan Dungey, and it has a historic circuit by Daytona 1974. So I believe these two Legends packs that you're going to get with Supercross 5 really seem to be the biggest like DLC for the game, or, you know, biggest thing in the season pass for the game. So that's pretty cool. There's going to be 2 of them, and it's going to have 5 different Legends riders in each one of those. And I believe each one of those, like it said there, comes with a special old school style track in the game as well. So it had the 2002 Pontiac Superdome or whatever the fuck, and then like a 1970 something Daytona, I think is what it said. So that's pretty sick right there. And you get McGrath and Dungey. Those are the 2 ones that they said they're going to have in there. Of course, we don't really know what years those are replicating. If you remember the Legends pack for Supercross 3, right? It had like specific year versions of these different riders. Like it had I think like 2006 James Stewart, right? So he was on the Cowie. It had like a really old school dude on a 2-stroke on there. So I'm sure we will probably see some kind of 2-stroke type McGrath. You know, you would just have to imagine you'd be seeing some kind of 2-stroke McGrath there. And then, I don't know what kind of, I guess maybe KTM Dungey, probably. That would probably make sense. Probably not going to do Suzuki Dungey, but even though that'd be kind of cool. But that's a cool thing with these Legends DLC packs in these games. They can, you know, even though they already had a 2006 James Stewart on Supercross 3, they can still have a like 09 James Stewart on the Yamaha, right? They could have a Suzuki James Stewart. They could have, you know, all different kinds of shit. I don't think they've had a Villapoto yet. I'm trying to think of some other guys in there. Did they have Reed in there on Supercross 3? Fuck, I can't even remember, dude. It's been so long since I really got in there and played with that Legends DLC. They had like, you know, they had dudes like Millsaps on there on the Rocky Mountain KTM, so they'll probably have some more kind of more like B-tier level dudes, not necessarily super legends, you know. Davey Millsaps, I mean, he's a cool guy, but I wouldn't necessarily call him like a, you know, a super legend of Supercross, but he was in the Legends DLC of Supercross 3. You know, they had like Grant Langston in there on his 07 YZ Faux Fatty, right? When he won that outdoor championship. I think they had Tim Ferry in there on a Cowie as well. So that was all cool shit. So we'll see what other kind of riders and what year frames they have them in there for Supercross 5. But I just want to make this video to let some of you boys know there will be 2 new, completely new Legends DLC packs. Of course, you can probably buy these separate as well as just like standard DLC. Let me keep fucking up that finish line rhythm right there. But if you don't want to do that, you can obviously get the Season Pass or the Special Edition of the game, you know, if you want to go down that road. And I think the Special Edition lets you play the game 3 days early on top of everything else. And there's a couple more things here I wanted to read on this as well. So it's the credits multiplier, the Legends Pack number 1, and then the Legends Pack number 2. And then there's this Neon Pack, which is... It says, race and jump, glowing in the dark, like lightning at night, and customize your bike with 8 fantastic multicolored neon lights. What the fuck? I don't even know what that's all about, but all right. Here's a cool one right here. So they're going to have a U.S. Open track, 2 special tracks inspired by the historic 2009 U.S. Open, a 2-day special event with 4 different races. That's kind of cool. So I guess instead of doing like a Monster Energy Cup like they did for the last Supercross game, they're doing like this US Open type vibe thing. And then there's an Allegiance pack that has Suzuki, Yamaha, KTM, Kawasaki, Honda, GasGas, Husqvarna. Choose the theme of your favorite motorbike manufacturer. I don't know what that shit is. I don't know if that's like gear, if it's like special... You know, these games already come with, like, OEM bikes in the game, so I don't know. Allegiance pack. Maybe that's, like, specific, like, manufacturer jerseys or something that you can use with customization or some shit. I don't know. But that's all the stuff that you get with the season pass of the game. And then the special edition obviously comes with the some other customization pack, Ice Blizzard, Firestorm customization pack, and then the 3-day early access. So, but obviously your biggest stuff there is going to be those 2 different Legends DLC packs right there. You gotta love how, you know, now we don't have a 2-stroke pack in the game because they're just gonna give you 2 strokes in the game when it first comes out, you know, like all the other MXGP games. Yeah, good one. Good one, Milestone. You're finally doing it, dog. You don't have to act like 2 strokes is this special paid DLC bullshit in your games. Thank you for finally just putting it in your game. Congrats. You should have done that like 5 games ago in these Supercross games. Kind of funny, but okay. You know, shit just drives me nuts, dude. They had 2 strokes in MXGP 3, right? Before any of the Supercross games ever even came out. And then they just restrict you, and they don't give you 2 strokes in Supercross 1. They don't give you 2 strokes in Supercross 2. And then Supercross 3, you have 2 strokes, but it's only in the Legends DLC. It's not customizable 2 strokes at all. And then in Supercross 4, they still don't give you 2 strokes, but it's paid DLC. So then they turn it into this big micro money transaction bullshit corporate shit, right? Then in Supercross 5, they announce that there's going to be 2 strokes in that game when it first comes out, but they want to act like it's some big new feature. So you can see, you know, Milestone definitely is going down all these terrible EA microtransaction, pull every penny out of you, money-hungry, greedy roads that a lot of these other games go down, like Battlefield and Call of Duty and all this shit, right? Very unfortunate to see that come over to the moto gaming community like that, but nonetheless, it is cool to see these Legends DLC packs. I think that's one of the best things they did with Supercross 3. as far as DLC for the game. They do have the US Open track as well, so any new kind of track content they can put in these games is a big deal, because they're so lacking in track content as it is anyways. You know what I mean? So any little thing they can do like that, even if it is DLC, which it really shouldn't be. I mean, to be completely honest with you, with how lacking the content is in these games, these milestone games, all this shit that I just told you was going to be in that season pass really should have just been in Supercross 5. With the lack thereof of new features in the game to begin with, you know, big new features, big new things, which is not really the case in the game, as you've seen on their website and shit like that. They've been kind of posting some stuff on Insta and shit, talking about this, like, injury system and rider shape system and all this shit, but I felt like they had some of that in Supercross 4. They had some of that kind of stuff in their previous Supercross games, so I'm not sure why they're acting like it's this whole new thing to it. I can't really figure that out. I mean, obviously they probably, you know, upgraded it and advanced those systems a little bit, but they're definitely not new things. Like, an crash injury system is not a new thing to these games. A rider shape system, like all this career mode type stuff that they're talking about, is not really full-blown new things to these games. And other than that, there really is no other new thing. So, you know, with how lacking the content of these games and new features in these milestone games really have gotten to, you would think they would just give you the US Open track for free. You would think they would just give you these cool, the Pontiac Superdome or whatever that was, and that old school Daytona track that's going to come with these Legends packs for the game. You would think those would just be in the game, but they're not, which sucks ass. So I just had to point that out. That's kind of shitty, you know. But nonetheless, that's milestone, so it is what it is, right? But yeah, I just wanted to make a little quick video letting you guys know there will be 2 more Legends DLC. McGrath, Dungey for sure confirmed going to be in on that, and it's going to come with 2 old school tracks with each one of those Legends DLCs. Can Spency Boy play a video game with his gear on? I don't know. But other than that, they got the US Open track, some crazy neon customization light shit for the bikes. Not really too much other stuff to it. Those Legends DLCs or Legends shit packs for the season pass are definitely going to be the biggest things within that. So that's pretty much your roadmap for after launch content for Supercross 5. Just wanted to make a little video, let you guys know what's going down. You can look at that yourself on the Supercross Games social media stuff if you want to. And we'll take a look at all that stuff when it comes out, bro. Either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.